A bipolar mall security guard, a flasher on the loose, a man who genuinely believes he is destined to become a real police officer. Did this movie deserve better, or does it just suck? Welcome back to Does It Suck on the Snobs channel, where we watch, review, and dig into movies that time forgot, that bombed at the box office, or that you were just not sure whether to defend at a dinner party. I am Mick Manhattan. Today we're talking about a movie that came out the same year as Paul Blart Mall Cop, and could not be more different. This is Observe and Report. A genuine thank you to our Patreon member, Bronson Wright-Wolfe, for requesting this one. Observe and Report was released in April 2009, written and directed by Jody Hill. Distributed by Warner Brothers, Seth Rogen plays Ronnie Bernhardt, head of security at a suburban mall, with an undiagnosed bipolar disorder and a genuine belief he is destined to become a real police officer. When a flasher starts exposing himself in the mall parking lot, Ronnie decides this is his chance to prove himself. Anna Faris plays Brandy. Ray Liotta plays the real detective who treats Ronnie with the exact contempt his delusions deserve, and Michael Pena plays Ronnie's equally unstable second-in-command. Critics at the time noted that the film's tone sits somewhere between Napoleon Dynamite and Taxi Driver. This is a studio comedy, openly modeling its lead character after Travis Bickle. Director Jody Hill built his reputation with The Foot Fist Way and his work with Danny McBride. Seth Rogen had just worked with McBride on the Pineapple Express, and that connection is widely credited as the reason this genuinely strange, pitch-black script got greenlit by a major studio at all. The marketing leaned heavily into the comedic elements of the trailer, which was either a savvy way to fill seats or deeply misleading bait and switch for anyone expecting a typical Rogen comedy, or people who thought that this movie was like its counterpart in Paul Blart. That marketing mismatch shaped a lot of the audience reaction. Observe and Report came out the same year as Paul Blart, like I had said, a family-friendly Kevin James comedy about a lovable mall security guard. Paul Blart was a massive hit. Observe and Report, the dark, violent R-rated mirror image of the exact same premise, was not. Hollywood accidentally ran a controlled experiment on the American moviegoing public that year. Critics were genuinely split, with 51% on Rotten Tomatoes, 54% on Metacritic. Some praised Rogen's fearless performance and the film's willingness to go dark. Others felt it could not decide between satire and shock value, and that line blurred in ways that made some viewers angry. At the box office, it was a disappointment. An $18 million budget against a worldwide gross of roughly $27 million. Not a catastrophic bomb, but for a major studio release with Seth Rogen at the height of his popularity, this was widely considered an underperformance. Audience reaction has always been polarized. Some viewers found the tonal whiplash and certain sequences genuinely uncomfortable. Others, a group that has only grown over time, consider it one of the most fearless, underrated dark comedies of the late 2000s, precisely because it refuses to soften its lead character. This is exactly the kind of film that has built a real cult following since its release. People rediscovering it on streaming consistently describe being shocked at how dark and committed it actually is compared to what its marketing suggested in 2009. The online conversation around this film has only grown more passionate over time. In the arc of both Jody Hill's and Seth Rogen's careers, this stands out as the moment that both of them swung hardest away from anything safe. Hill went on to create Eastbound and Down. Rogen went on to become one of the most successful comedic producers in Hollywood, and his stuff even got darker over time, showing that he leans into that sort of comedy. But this remains one of his strangest, darkest entries in either of their filmographies, and the one that people keep coming back to argue about. Honestly, my final verdict on this is it does not suck, and honestly, it is better than most people are giving it credit for. Seth Rogen gives one of the most fearless performances of his career, and he commits to playing someone genuinely unwell without ever winking at the camera. The film is uncomfortable on purpose. That is the whole point of comparing this character to Travis Bickle instead of a goofy sitcom mall cop. Is it perfect? No. The tonal shifts can be jarring, but it's a flawed movie that is trying to say something difficult, and it's more interesting to me than a safe movie that says nothing at all. This deserved a better commercial fate than it got, and the cult following is well earned. That's my verdict. Underrated, uncomfortable, and worth a second look. Drop your take in the comments. I cannot wait to hear them. We truly appreciate when you guys share the impact that all these movies had on you. If you want to request a movie for Does It Suck, just like our Patreon member Bronson Wright-Wolfe, who supplied us with this one, join us on our Patreon. Down below we have the links. We have a free tier where you can get updates from us, or you can join one of the paid tiers that have perks available, as well as picking movies for review. And remember to follow us at the Snobs all over social media and over on Substack and Letterboxd, where we do written reviews of all these movies as well. Thank you guys again. Until next time, I'm Mick Manhattan from the Snobs. I truly appreciate you watching, listening, and hanging out with us. Make sure to subscribe to the channel like we said. Give this video a like. And until next time, make sure you take care of yourselves. That's important. Be kind, rewind, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
wrapping up my podcast.